Coming up next on The Beat, Chief Glenn Chrisman has announced his retirement. We sit down with the Chief as he reflects on his career with the MPD and the future of the department. Next, we hit the streets with the motorcycle unit. Finally, we give you an update on the new police headquarters. Hi, and welcome to The Beat. I'm your host, Sergeant Kyle Evans. MPD Chief of Police Glenn Chrisman recently announced his retirement effective the end of the year. We sat down with him to find out more about his 12 years as Chief of MPD and his 40 years serving Murfreesboro and Rutherford County.
Everybody has to make that determination as to what's the right time for them for a variety of different reasons. This is something I pondered for a while. I was actually retirement eligible 6 years ago, and for me it was an opportune time. I'm very proud of where the department is right now with our people and the work that's going on here. I think the big thing that's happened during the 12 years that I've been chief is that we have continually increased and expanded technology from everything from computer-aided dispatch to mobile data terminals in the car to mapping to automated vehicle location to updated records management systems and a host of tools that help us do the policing job better. One of the things that we're working diligently to do now is to bring wireless technology to our police vehicles. We already have mobile data in each one of our police units, as we do in our fire apparatus. But we really want to take that a step further and move to tablets so that police officers are able to do field-based reporting from a wireless tablet. Our people are second to none. They are just outstanding. There is not a day that goes by that somebody doesn't send me a card, a letter, an email, a phone call to say how wonderful our police officers, our detectives, our dispatchers, people that they interact with are on a daily basis. I think the sky's the limit for Murfreesboro Police. Frankly, I can't imagine a police chief in the United States of America that wouldn't feel blessed and humbled to sit in this chair going forward. And we have wonderful, wonderful people in this department who are ready for that challenge. And the police headquarters project obviously is the biggest thing that we're doing. The potential to move into a new state-of-the-art next generation facility that will provide for operating space, provide for citizen interaction and the availability for citizens to come into a building and get one-stop service. Something that's not getting as much discussion but is perhaps even more important in the building is the work that's going on behind the scenes to put in place a cutting-edge, next-generation public safety telecommunication system or communication system for police and fire. If we go all the way back to September the 11th, one of the glaring responses after all of that was the inability of the police and fire responders in New York that day to communicate effectively. Several years ago, we began the process of putting in a state-of-the-art, next-generation, interoperable, two-way communication system for police and fire. As it's developed, it will involve the construction of 5 radio towers at the urban growth boundaries for the city of Murfreesboro that will guarantee coverage, redundancy for police-fire communications for generations to come. The public safety training facility that much work has been done on and continues to progress will provide some training facility opportunities that we don't have now. Currently we don't have a place to do emergency vehicle operations training. There are provisions in there for that. My wife and I and our families, we have some acreage that we bought several years ago, and we built a home there to plan to retire to. And I enjoy being outdoors. I like working outside. I like working in the yard and around the house. I was a golfer for a long time until deputy chief and graduate school kind of got in the way of that. So I may take that up again. I plan to be very active in my church. Pretty active already, but I plan to do more with that. And then one of the things that's been very rewarding for me as chief and over all these years is the work that I've seen done with the local nonprofits and the opportunities that exist there. So I feel sure there'll be plenty for me to do.
On our very first episode, we took you to a training of our motorcycle unit. Today, we revisit them, this time on the streets of Murfreesboro, to see them in action. You see them out on the streets, at various events, and whenever needed. Members of the MPD motorcycle unit give it their all day to day. The role of an MPD motorcycle unit officer is somewhat different than an officer in a patrol vehicle.
One of the big differences in daily operations versus an officer that's assigned to a patrol function in a car, a lot of our day is dependent upon what needs need to be addressed in the city, especially when it comes to traffic-related issues. Our assignments may vary slightly from day to day.
The unit is small in numbers but requires a tremendous amount of dedication and skills to serve and protect on a motorcycle.
We generally have 8 staff positions. Right now it's currently 1 supervisor and 7 officers. A lot of times we look for those that are highly self-motivated. Most of our workload is not generated from calls that we answer on the radio for somebody to call in for service. A lot of times our workload is dictated by self-initiated, seeing problems throughout the city, making sure that we address common traffic issues that we see throughout our tour in the day.
MPD provides extensive training to prepare officers for this challenging role.
Once the application process and that person's selected, we put them through a training course that we do here at the police department. We have 3 instructors at this time, 2-week operator course. It focuses on the operation of the motorcycle, the characteristics and the nomenclature, because we don't want to send somebody off day 1, day 2 in a situation where they're not prepared to operate that machine.
Since they're not confined to a traditional police vehicle, the motorcycle unit has perhaps a greater opportunity for citizen interaction.
One of the great things about riding a motorcycle that I enjoy the most is being out. Sometimes after riding for so long, when you switch over to a car, you almost feel confined, like you're very separate from the rest of the world motoring public, if you will. But on the bike, you're right there, and a lot of times in Murfreesboro, as we sit at a light or sit in traffic, as sometimes we do, you'll be sitting right side by side another person, their window will be down, and they may strike up a conversation with you, or you may strike up a conversation with them, and people are more apt to approach you. I personally enjoy that, and a lot of people, they're intrigued about motorcycles in general, and we'll talk about the motorcycle or talk about the uniform because we look a little different than all the other guys, but generally it's always a pleasant, positive experience that I've come to know.
Officers that spend time in the motorcycle unit find it's a great place to serve and showcase a passion for what they do.
Most of the guys that get on the motorcycle unit, they generally tend to stay a while. Like myself, once they find that, and the ones that get involved generally have a passion for they like riding motorcycles in general. So when they get to do that in a combination of their job and their working duties, most of them find it very enjoyable.
Sergeant Williams recognizes how important community support is to the success of the motorcycle unit and MPD in keeping our city safe.
We thank the citizens, number one, for the support of letting us have this unit. I know the police department here, it's been around for several years, long before I was here, but we feel like it's a good tool. The officers that utilize that really enjoy it, and we appreciate the support of the community, feeling like that they see it's a necessary option as well for the police department. We hope that continues and that we can just serve in a capacity that benefits all and provide the best service that we can.
The Murfreesboro Police Department would like to give a few shout-outs. First, to Lieutenant Jeff Keaton and Sergeant Scott Newberg for their graduating the Northwestern University School of Police Staff and Command. We would also like to congratulate Sergeant Melanie Roche for her completion of the TBI Leadership Academy. Finally, progress continues on the Murfreesboro Police Department's new headquarters. This exciting project is expected to see construction begin early 2016. The new renderings were presented to city leaders and the project is about to let out for bid. Stay with us as we show you each step of the construction process. There are many great things going on every day at the Murfreesboro Police Department. Officers, detectives, and dispatchers work tirelessly to make our community safe. If you have questions about any of the services the Police Department offer, please give us a call at 615-895-3874. Remember to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Join us again next time as The Beat goes on.
Goes on.